Knott is about to implement a change that will hurt your experience at the park. Let me explain. A few weeks ago, I made a video where I talked about GhostRider, Hang Time, and the Silver Bullet getting lockers added to their queues. To sum up that video, the point of the locker system would be to force people to store their belongings in the locker before getting in line so that they won't have to worry about storing their stuff in the bins in the ride station. This in turn would help speed up dispatches, as people typically take a while to put away and collect their belongings. And with the lockers, the only thing they would have to worry about is just getting to the seat right in front of them. Now, in theory, this is a great idea, but as I mentioned in the video, only if these lockers were free, and well, yeah, they're not free. On the Knott's website, they added a new section to their FAQ about the ride lockers, and here's some of the new information they have listed. Starting September 8th, you will no longer be allowed to bring your loose articles into the ride station. This includes things such as a bag or a hat. They must be stored in a locker before riding, and these lockers have the following prices: $3 to rent for 2 hours, $2 for each additional hour, and $15 for a movable ride locker, which is basically like an all-day locker plan. This was literally what I was hoping would not happen. What this means is that every time you want to ride one of these 3 rides, you will need to store your loose articles, such as your bag, into these lockers. I would say most people are bringing bags with them into the park, so this essentially just makes GhostRider, Hang Time, and the Silver Bullet a pay-to-ride attraction, which is just so lame. I also like how they say, don't want to use a locker? Just leave it for a non-rider from your party. Like everyone has a designated non-rider with them. Come on. Maybe you can justify paying these prices if you rarely go to the park, but I go very often, and this would just decimate my wallet if I had to buy it every single time I went. And I feel like bags are almost essential to bring into the park. I try my best to only bring my phone and my keys since those fit in my pocket, but recently due to how hot it has been, I've also begun bringing in a bag so I could carry in a water canteen and sunscreen with me. These are literal essentials, right? Am I literally about to decide if I want to spend $3 to rent a locker, or be dehydrated and have a sunburn because I couldn't keep my stuff with me? Also, what if people have things that they need to keep with them, such as medical supplies, or maybe food that fits with their dietary restrictions? Also, try to think of all the stuff that they sell that you carry with you as well. That souvenir bottle you paid $37 for? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay to store that. This is literally making a problem and selling a solution, and also reason number 1,000,000 why the souvenir cup is garbage. Paper cup gang. I really had hoped that Knott was implementing this to increase the efficiency of their ride dispatches, but I took a look at Six Flags stock price and yeah, that explains things. But seriously, they had the opportunity here to do something cool for the park, but they use it to squeeze more money out of us. I regularly see people online praise how Universal handles it at their parks, as they use a free double-sided locker system that makes it really convenient to use, so I was hoping Knott would have followed in their steps. I feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot here as well, because people don't like being charged for things that were already free. But not only that, that just trains people to not want to carry anything extra with them while in the park, which means they're not going to buy any merchandise, since they'll either have to rent a locker or walk to the car and store it before riding anything. And let's be real, people are not going to walk back to the parking lot every time they buy something. Speaking of leaving the park, you're not allowed to re-enter the park during Knott's Scary Farm. So imagine how people are going to react if they brought like a little bag with them, or they bought one of those $40 lanterns after already paying the admission fee, not knowing that this upcharge exists now. I feel so bad for what the employees are going to deal with. Just be nice to them, they had nothing to do with this. If they offer a discount or a season pass locker system, that may alleviate some of these concerns. As far as I'm aware, they actually already had a season locker rental option as part of the season pass, but oddly enough, I no longer see it on the website, so I'm not too sure why that is, but I hope it doesn't have anything to do with them wanting to prevent people from buying it so that they don't have to pay for their ride lockers. But yeah, that's probably exactly why they're not offering it right now. Also, can we talk about the ride choices? I mean, sure, it will help on GhostRider, maybe Hang Time, but why is the Silver Bullet getting lockers? I feel that ride has great operations already. That one definitely feels like they just wanted to squeeze more money out of people, because come on, it's not really necessary there. I assume they picked those rides because those are the major coasters of the park, but they didn't include Accelerator, probably because it is too low capacity for them to bother, but that's because they only ever operated with one train nowadays. I'm sure if they did 2 train ops with the lockers, it would actually improve the capacity a bit, so that's unfortunate. However, it still remains to be seen the exact implementation of this. They may follow the rules on their website to a T, or maybe they'll eventually go down the Magic Mountain route. So on my trip to Magic Mountain earlier this year, I saw that they already had the same lockers for a lot of their rides, along with the same rules about them, but they were only enforced on 2 rides, Wonder Woman and X2. And I say enforced with quotes in the sense that no, you're not allowed to bring your loose articles onto the station platform, but at the same time, no one makes you use the lockers. So what everyone ended up doing was throwing their bags on the floor or on top of the lockers, and it just created like a huge mess in the locker area. For the other rides that had unenforced lockers, people just brought their stuff into the station and drew it on the floor there, like normal. Considering that they're in the same chain, it wouldn't shock me too much if Knott's eventually stopped caring about enforcing the lockers like that. But I mean, hey, if that doesn't happen, then maybe I'll do a top 10 bag hiding spots video. That was a joke, but I'm sure you'll be more safe throwing your bag in the random bush than leaving it on the floor of that locker area. Anyways, please leave your thoughts down below. I would love to hear what everyone has to say about this. Make sure to subscribe for more updates, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. Monty out.